October 15th, 2020. Are you kidding me? That's what I thought, and probably many of you thought when I found out I was going to be on Dancing with the Stars. I'd never watched the show and only knew of it by name, so I had no idea how it worked. When Deena Katz, really Katz, the co executive producer called me, I thought it was a prank, but she assured me it was not. My mind then spun to thinking this could be great if they pair me up with a star because surely I can get that person to reach out to Congress to support the Big Cat Public Safety Act, and star power carries a lot of weight in Washington. I laughed out loud when she informed me that I was the star and that I'd be paired with a dance pro who would teach me to dance. There was so much that was ridiculous in that concept that I don't even know where to start. For one, I'm no star. A star is someone who masters their craft and achieves a level of celebrity that exceeds what most people believe they could ever accomplish. I have been well known in the animal protection community for being laser focused on ending the abuse of captive big cats so that we can save them in the wild. But that's not the sort of thing that the masses have ever cared about. And second, I can't dance. Jamie, Veronica, and Howie thought it would be fun for me to do something new that would be a welcome diversion from all the hate that had flowed my way since Tiger King had turned our world upside down with its gross mischaracterization of me and Big Cat Rescue. I thought it might be a way to get our message out that big cats don't belong in cages. That started months of negotiations to address the issues of concern about committing to a show that could have me in Hollywood for 2 to 3 months. The concerns included safety from COVID, the financial impact on the sanctuary, and whether my time there advanced our mission of ending cub handling and phasing out the private possession of big cats. I can't talk about the specifics of the financial incentive, but if you Google how much stars are paid to be on Dancing with the Stars, you will see that it is in excess of $100,000. As for the health issues, I won't bore you with the details, other than to say that everyone involved in the show tested every weekday. We all wore masks, except on the ballroom floor and the practice ballroom floor, where we were only with our dance pro, and we all had to be kept isolated. In cases where dance pros were married to each other, like my pro, Pasha Pashkov, and his wife, who danced with Nellie, Daniela Kajarak, they had to live apart and not have any contact during the time they were still on the show. The same went for the stars' families, who either had to be kept away or go through the constant, vigorous, and extremely painful nose probe testing. Due to the masks and distancing measures, it wasn't possible to really build a rapport with the other stars, but I continue to cheer them on every Monday on social media, and I'm told by all of the regulars on the show that the entire cast, crew, and stars who participate become this amazing extended family. That's been my experience so far. I think I was most surprised by how kind everyone was, because that's just not what I would imagine for Hollywood. And I've seen so much of the cruelty in people who have attacked me based on what a TV program so inaccurately portrayed. The message part was the most important for me, and Dancing with the Stars did their part in the personality pieces they included on the show, but especially in their media assistance. After Tiger King aired, more than 200 media outlets reached out to me saying they wanted to tell my story, and I declined them because setting the record straight is going to take a lot more than I think any of them are willing to put into it. We are working on some major projects to address that, and I'm releasing my diary entries a day at a time in video format at savethecats.org, where you're seeing this, and we have a minute-by-minute rebuttal online at bigcatrescue.org/Netflix, along with all of the documents to support the truth, which is not being told in the press. Dancing with the Stars and Disney arranged for many interviews for me during the show, and even after I was scratched from the show, after my third dance. They loved animals and cared that our message be heard loud and clear, and have proved that by being so generous with their media contacts all these weeks after I've left the show. I wanted to stay on the show for as long as possible because it would ensure that every week people were reminded about the big cat issues. And every day I was there, the media was going wild. Even though a lot of the stories had headlines that attacked me, they would almost always include some element of the work that we are doing to end the abuse of wild cats and save them in the wild. So it was worth it. Since I'd never danced before, and it was a sin in my household growing up, I overestimated my ability to do anything I set my mind to. As the oldest contestant, and someone twice as old as most of the others on the show, I knew that I'd have to nail every step if I were going to compete. We were given between 90 minutes and 3 hours of dance hall practice each day, but that wasn't going to be enough. I cleared out all of the furniture in my apartment's living room, dining room, kitchen, and study so that I could dance every hour that I could possibly stand. Each day, at the end of practice, I'd film Pasha doing my steps from behind, calling out the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 to the steps so that I could play it on the TV in a loop. I started out dancing 30 minutes and resting 30 minutes, but as the practice began to result in bleeding blisters, falling arches, and extreme pain in my toes until I couldn't even feel them anymore, I began doing 15 minutes of dance and 15 minutes elevating my feet. I had 2 weeks to learn the first dance, 7 days to learn the second dance, and only 5 days to learn the last dance, due to the timing of the show the week before on a Tuesday. By the night of the last show, my feet were completely wrapped in bandages to keep any blood from seeping through. I was thankful that the costume hid all of that, but my body couldn't. The judges were fair in scratching me from the show. I was the worst dancer by the third show. I was disappointed because it meant failure to me, and that meant failing the cats. But I was so happy to be coming home to my husband, daughter, and the cats, and everyone involved at the sanctuary. It was worthwhile, and I want to thank everyone who was cheering me on and voting for Team Are You Kitten Me? So this is my first time using a teleprompter, and I'm recording this on June 25th, 2023, even though the date of the entry here is October 15th, 2020, 3 years ago. And technology has improved, so now you can see my home office, and you can see the picture that I usually have some kind of a picture behind me with a green screen. So I think I like this. Tell me what you think in the comments. Was this better or worse than the green screen? As far as like feeling like I'm looking at the camera, because I can't look at the camera and read at the same time, but having the screen up there where it's putting the words in front of me, I hope was a little bit more engaging. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Mwah! I forgot to put on lipstick. Yeah.